Good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read you the story Penguins. Miss Free referenced this earlier in a video for Friday, January 8th. So now I'm going to read the story to you in case you need that extra support and go over the questions with you. So I hope you enjoy this story because I love penguins and I love teaching about penguins. So here we go. So the title is Penguins. It says, do you think all birds can fly? Think again. Penguins cannot fly, but they are great swimmers. Learn all about these amazing birds. And Miss Free referenced earlier that it has headings. So you'll notice our first heading is types. What do you think it's going to be about? Types of penguins. There are about 18 different kinds of penguins. That's a lot of penguin types. The emperor penguin might be the most well-known. The next heading is body. Penguins have flippers, not wings. They have a black body with a white belly. The smallest penguins are just 13 inches tall. The largest, the emperor, can grow to 45 inches tall. That's a huge difference between the smallest penguin and the largest penguin. The next heading is habitat. In case you didn't know, habitat means where something lives. Almost all penguins live south of the equator. Emperor penguins live in Antarctica. Other types live in southern Africa, New Zealand, and Australia. The last heading is dangers, so dangers that penguins might face. Some penguins are in danger. They get caught in fishing nets. Their habitat is changing as ice melts. So that's just a little bit of information about penguins. There's all kinds of information out there. So if you have a chance, maybe you can stop at your local library and look at a penguin book because there's so many great things about penguins. So let's go through the questions. So if you notice, it says, number 1, in which section would a fact about penguins' nests belong? So you'll see we have 4 choices, and those 4 choices go along with the headings. So would you learn about the nests in A, types, B, body, C, habitat, or D, dangers? Where do you think you would put penguins' nests? Which heading would that go best under? A, types, B, body, C, habitat, D, dangers. So if you reread and look back in the passage, you can find out which one is the correct heading. Number 2 says, what kind of image could the author add to this text to make it more clear to readers? So, what kind of image could the author add? What do you think kind of image would you add to this text to make it more clear to readers? So if you were the illustrator, what picture would you draw to make this more clear to the illustrator? So right on the line, you might want to use some of the words in the question to help you write out a complete sentence. Number 3, what are 2 ways penguins are different from most birds? As Miss Free pointed out in her video, you have to have 2 ways, not just 1. What are 2 ways that they are different from most birds? So think about most birds. What are most birds able to do that penguins aren't? And then think about their coloring and their sizes. All those could be things that are different about penguins from most birds. Think about what they can do in the water that some birds can't do. So think about those things when you're answering this question. And number 4 says, complete the web with details from the text. So you see it says penguins, and it gives you some ideas. There's dangers that penguins face, and that's one of the headings. Then here it says about 18 types. So can you tell me something about one of the types of penguins that you learned about in this passage? And over here it says habitat. So you just need to come up with 4 other things to add to this web. And if you need more room, you could flip it over to the back and write the answers on the back. You don't have to try to cram it in those tiny little boxes. So I hope you enjoyed this passage. I can't wait to see you back on the 25th of January. We all miss you so much. Have a great day and a nice weekend. Bye, guys.